Well, good day, my friends, and welcome to this DS Domination training video where we're going to go through the income side of things, the affiliate income side of things. This is T. Lamont Silver Sr. By the way, I'm down here, probably the bottom right hand side. How are you doing, friends? Listen. What I want to do in this video is I really want to take you through the massive incomes that await you as an affiliate with DS Domination. Now, by this time, you're already partaking with our Stage 1 DS Domination. Hopefully, you've even had a chance. Excuse me, I feel a cough coming on. So if I cough and have a little water, excuse me. So hopefully, you've had a chance to already start making some listings. Now, by now, you should know that even without having to recruit a sponsor, you should be able to generate $500 to $1,000 a week, ultimately $2,000 to $4,000 a month, as you simply are a product of the product, going through the training of DS Domination and executing. Now, with that said, I want to give you a little bit of the vision of Networkers for Wealth, and then really help you understand the power of the income opportunity side, building a referral network. Now, for those of you who say, T. Lamont, I'm just not good at recruiting, buddy, and I'm just not good at sponsoring, this is why we have Networkers for Wealth, because as we progress with the stages, Stage 2 is going to put you in front of a massive amount of people. In this industry, ladies and gentlemen, when it boils down to everything, it's a numbers game. The person who gets in front of the most people wins. And the beautiful part is, if you don't have much of a warm market, you don't have a lot of influence with your warm market, that's okay, because as we progress to Stage 2, you are going to be in front of tons and tons and tons of traffic as we progress to Stage 2. Okay, all right, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to go through the DS Domination. I don't have any fancy PowerPoint slides or anything like this. As I'm doing this recording, those have not yet been released by DS Domination. So I'm going to use this one little slide here that you're seeing now, and I'm going to use a whiteboard as well as a calculator to really get my point across in this training. Okay, now with DS Domination, you should have already taken advantage of DSD Pro, DS Domination Pro, and that's the $19.95 per month. That's the $19.95 per month. I'm going to share with you how does that pay to you when you refer others. And if you use our presentation system 1, and then you start generating income from Stage 1 DS Domination, simply you making your listings on eBay and then drop shipping them with whoever your supplier is, Amazon or what have you. As you start making money and you start understanding Stage 2, how we're going to position you in front of the masses, then what I would do and what I'm doing is I am promoting this same presentation system, because I know that everything else that I do, internet business wise, I can house in this one system. So I always lead in, my gateway is going to be this Networkers for Wealth system that's going to lead in initially with the DSD Domination part of the presentation. You probably saw that, and that's probably how you got to us to start with. Okay, so $19.95 a month, you should have already done that. I'm going to show you how this pays out to you. Then there's going to be optional upgrades. Now, in time, the percentage of people that will upgrade will be at a huge levels, maybe higher than what we've seen in our industry. I'm only going to talk about a couple of the upgrades here. So the $19.95, I'm going to talk about that. The DSD Elite, I'm going to talk about that from a compensation standpoint. And so you can take a look at this, and we'll come back and revisit some of these other price points that you see here. I don't ever want you thinking you've got to come out of the gate with $19.95 and $99 a month and $279 one time and $499 one time and $49 a month and $199. You'll do all of those in time as you make profit. So I want those things happening from profits and not just from your pocket. from profits and not just from your pocket. So let's get you making a few $100s a week. Excuse me, I feel a cough coming on. A few $100s a week with DSD Pro, then you upgrade DSD Elite, then you upgrade to DSD Unleashed, then you upgrade to DSD Monopoly, and so on and so forth. And we take your team through that same progressive, those same progressive stages. Okay, now with that being said, let's go, and I'm going to use my calculator here. I don't need it right now. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Let me get my little cheat sheet, my little notes in front of me. Okay, so now, be mindful that here at Networkers for Wealth, so N4W, what we aspire to do is assist you in generating no less than four full-time income streams. Now, when we say that, what we mean is a full-time income stream means in our world that you're making enough from that stream that it's enough to cover your monthly expenses. So if you require $5,000, and I'm going to use US dollars here, and of course I know we've got a global audience. Give me a moment here. New computer, and I'm still learning some of this stuff. Okay, so $5,000 a month, let's say that covers everything. This is your mortgage payment if you have one. This is your car note if you have one. This is college education for the kids if you're putting money aside or you've got children in college. This is you putting aside your savings. This getting your hair done. You getting your hair done, not me, okay? Getting your hair done, going out to the movies, going golfing, whatever, okay? So now I'm going to use for the rest of the training that we'll do, for the most part, in N4W with other stages, I'm going to use this $5,000 a month figure. Your figure may actually be higher, it may be lower. So if your figure is higher, then just adjust it. If it's lower, meaning right now it doesn't require close to 5,000 US dollars, okay, just scale that down, okay? I'm going to use $5,000 a month. Okay, so what we want to do, what we want to have happen for you is we want you to have at least 4 streams that generate $5,000 a month. In this example, 4 streams that generate $5,000 a month. Now, it's very difficult to do that without a system, but this is why we put this entire system together, so you can house everything within one system. Now, you should in time be able to produce an income stream. I'm going to say $5,000 a month just by being a student or a product of the DSD product. Meaning by you doing your listings. The more listings you have, the more money you're going to make. The more listings you have, the more money you're going to make. We know that with the 1995 product, you should average about $5 per listing. Okay, so to get to $2,000 a month, if you're averaging $5 per listing, ladies and gentlemen, it's a simple math. All right, to get to 2,000, you need about 400 listings. To get to $5,000 a month, if you're averaging $5 per listing, ultimately you need to have about 1,000 listings. Now, is that going to happen your first week? Probably not. Is that going to happen your first month? Probably not. But over time, you should have 1,000 listings. And remember, we've shown you teammates that already have up to 6,000 listings. Okay. All right. So now, if you had 1,000 listings and you are averaging $5 a month per listing, there's $5,000 right there. Okay. Great. But that's only one stream. So I don't want us starting there and then stopping. Let that be our starting point. Let that be our starting point. Okay. Now let's go on and let's show you how the affiliate network side of things could also generate 5,000 or more per month. How the affiliate network side of things could also generate 5,000 or more per month. By the way, real quickly. 4 streams in this example that generate $5,000 a month for you. Well, that would be 20,000 a month. Well, I'm excited to hear that you're making 20,000 a month. But I'm more excited to hear that you've got 4 income streams of at least 5,000. Here's why. Because I know what it's like now on 3 occasions. I know what it's like to generate $20,000 a month or more, and in some cases even much more. And then something happened beyond your or my control, and then that stream dried up and the money stopped. Okay, on 3 occasions. So after hitting my head 3 times, all right, it was finally time to say, okay, yes, I love DSD, I love DS domination, but you know what? Let's not stop there. Let's put a system together so not only can I house everything that I do under one roof, but have multiple streams, but then those that are following us can do the same. Excuse me, my ear is really itching me. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, so now let's start to go through the affiliate network side of things. Okay, and for those of you saying I'm not good at recruiting, sponsoring, will you just stick with me? I promise you, if you go through our stages, you'll get good at recruiting and sponsoring, even if you never talk to your friends or family. Here we go. Okay, because it's just a numbers game. That's all it is. All it is a numbers game. All right, so here's what happens. DSD has an affiliate network that pays 10 tiers. Now, this won't be anything fancy, okay? And this part of the compensation plan doesn't have all the bells and whistles. You know, a lot of companies have, matching bonuses this and matching bonuses that, and those things are great, and those things are sexy sometimes and curvaceous sometimes. This is nice and simple, very clear for you to understand. All right, anyone that you personally refer is going to be on your first tier, and you're going to get a 50% payout. So you refer John, Mary, Susan, they get started at $19.95 a month. Let's call it $20 for nice round math. You get 50% as they pay their $19.95. And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Here they start making a few $100s a week, then maybe $1,000 a week, maybe even more, just being a product of the product. All right, so that winds up being roughly $10 a month. I'm rounding up here, okay? So roughly $10 a month. Excuse me for coughing in your ear. All right, now, remember there's going to be some upgrades. So I'm going to come back to this from time to time. Okay. Now, DSD Elite is $99 a month. You are going to want to upgrade to this if you haven't already done so. Any of your teammates will want to upgrade to this, because what happens is at the DSD Pro, you're probably averaging about $5 or so per listing. With the DSD Elite, your per listing average radically increases. You could be looking at somewhere between $10 to $20 average. So you could be looking at doubling, tripling, maybe even quadrupling your income. So here you have 400 listings, and instead of averaging $5 per listing, let's go back. So if you've got 400 listings, before maybe you were averaging $5 per listing at the pro level, $19.95. Now all of a sudden, maybe you're averaging something like $15 a listing. You still have the same 400 listings in this example. Now that's generating $6,000 versus $2,000. And if you are averaging $15 per listing per month, well, you just hit $6,000 a month. And that could very well happen as you upgrade to DSD Elite. So let's go back and take a look at that again. All right, so DSD Elite is $99 a month. And ladies and gentlemen, we're smart business people. All right, so if you got started with DSD $19.95, you also have your affiliate of $9.95, you've got our portal of $20. All right, well, the moment you've made more than $50, okay, and you'll probably do that your first week, okay, the moment you've made more than $50, well, guess what? You've got all your money back in your pocket, okay? All right, so then anything beyond that is profit. And one of the things I would have you doing is don't go spend all the profit. Don't go spend all of the profit. No, use that to scale up. Use that so that you're, for the same effort, for the same time you're making your listings, you can double, triple, potentially quadruple your income. So now look at this from an affiliate standpoint. So you have some folks that join with you, and they started off at the $19.95. You're getting 50% of that, or about $10 a month. Now they upgrade to the $99 per month. Why wouldn't they? They're making money, you're making money. Okay, so now they have the 19.95 and the $99. They have the 19.95 and the $99. Well, you're getting 50% on that $99 a month as well. And so essentially, what's happening on with your first tier, they're at, let's say, $120 a month as they have upgraded. So imagine this. You're getting 50% of that $120 a month as a referral commission, $60 a month. I feel a cough coming on. Let's get a little water. Okay. All right, so think that through, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm going to show you how in time I expect you. This is my expectation of you. I know you haven't been good at recruiting up to this point. I get that. I know you haven't been good at sponsoring up to this point. I get that. One of the reasons you haven't been is because you haven't gotten in front of enough people. One. Two, you haven't had a system that captivated people. Well, now you've got a system where people don't have to recruit, they don't have to sponsor. That's going to get more ears listening. But then we're going to teach you some of the internet guru secrets. And I don't claim to be an internet guru. I am not. But I'm now leveraging some of their secrets and driving tremendous amounts of traffic. It's a numbers game. So because it's a numbers game, and because you're going to understand what the numbers are across this internet marketing industry, we're just going to put you in front of a lot more numbers. I'm not talking about you picking up the phone. I'm not talking about you just talking to friends and family. I'm talking about real marketing. So my aim for you is for you to ultimately have 100 personal referrals on your tier 1. And I know, again, if you've never had a chance, if you never recruited the first person in whatever deal it was that you were promoting, that may be hard for you to grasp, but I'm going to tell you, it's a numbers game. You just haven't been in front of enough numbers. That's it. And one of the reasons you haven't been in front of enough numbers is because to get in front of enough numbers, you need to have a paid marketing advertising system. Okay. Well, the problem is, if you haven't made any money in this industry, then do you have the money for a paid marketing budget? Probably not. We're going to get you making money in stage 1, and then as we go to stage 2, we're going to get you taking a portion of the monies that you're making as profit and then recapitalizing or recapping to put you in front of potentially millions of eyeballs that see. And again, you don't even have to be the one doing the presentation. Leverage our doing the presentation on your behalf. Okay, so ultimately, I want to see you with 100 referrals on tier 1. Is that going to happen tomorrow? Depends. If you already have a large following, maybe. But for most people, probably not. But we're going to build up towards that. Now, what we saw in a beta test version with DS Domination, before it became DS Domination, there was about a 70% upgrade rate, meaning if someone started at the smaller level, about 70% of the people eventually upgraded to the higher level. I don't know that those numbers are going to be true with DS Domination. I think it could be higher. All right. We'll use the 70% figure. If we come in lower or higher, we'll readjust them after looking at the law of large numbers. Okay, here we go. Let's say you've got 100 personal referrals. T. Lamont, I've never referred the first person in a deal before, but see, you haven't had this type system. You haven't had everything that we're going to put in front of you in Networkers for Wealth. So you're not going to have any more excuses. No excuses. Okay, 100 personal referrals. Okay, and let's say that 70% of those upgrade. So that of those 70% that upgraded, you're earning $60 a month as a residual. You see that? That's $4,200. That's $4,200 from those folks that upgraded. Now, I'm not even talking about the remainder of your network beginning to build out. I'm simply talking about You can't control everyone else. I can't control you. What I can control is me. I can control what I'm going to do. Since I know the numbers, all I have to do is get in front of enough people to generate those 100 referrals. I can control that. As I make money in DSD, all right, DSD domination, let's say from the listings, and I take a percentage of that, and I scale my business so that I've got a paid marketing budget, not from my pocket, but from my profits, and I get enough people coming in. I know a certain percentage of those folks, no matter who I am, no matter what I do, a certain percentage of those folks are going to join with us here with Networkers for Wealth and DSD. And then a certain percentage of those folks are going to upgrade. It's simply a numbers game. Math never lies. Numbers never lie. Okay, now you still have the 30 that haven't upgraded. Let's say in this example, 30 times, you would still be earning $10 a month times those 30. All right, so if you take the $300 and let's go on and add the $4,200. So right now, I haven't even shown you the effect of your network growing other than by your own efforts from the standpoint of you referring 100 folks. Why? Because we got you in front of a lot of people. I mean, we're going to be leveraging TV, we're going to be leveraging internet, we're going to be leveraging offline print media, we're going to be leveraging radio from our stage 2. Now, don't go to stage 2 right now. You need to understand this. Then after you watch this, you feel free to go to stage 2, and this really starts to come together. Okay, so now, right now, you're at $4,500 a month residually. Hear me, residually, because these folks have $19.95. A portion of them, a good portion of them, have $99.95. Now, the other thing I want you to get here as you progress through the system, you are going to want to upgrade to these other stages from profits. All right, don't feel like you got to come out with a. See, I don't want anyone feeling like that they have to not pay a bill that you are responsible for in order to upgrade. No, get your listings out. Follow the training, be a product of the product. In time, you're going to upgrade to DSD Unleash. You'll hear Roger talk about why DSD Unleash. I won't cover all of that. I'm just wanting to hit the compensation here. Well, when you upgrade, and let's say you got teammates of yours that upgrade at $279, you still get the same 50% payout. So when someone on your first tier upgrades $279, you're going to get a 50% payout. When someone else upgrades to DSD Monopoly, you've got it as well. They do the upgrade for $499. You're going to get, this is the one time, but you're going to get a one-time payout, an extra $250 thereabout. Someone does the DSD product feed, you'll understand why you're going to want to have it. Let's assume you have it in time, they have it in time. That's another $49 a month. That's another roughly $25 a month in your coffers. And then when they do DSD Market Extreme, $199 one time. Ultimately, you'll do that. They'll do that. You'll get a 50% commission there. So you can see that you could build a phenomenal residual income. If you do the numbers here, let's just look at the residual. And this is from the monthlies. $19.95, $99 a month. So we're at, let's call it $120. In time, there is another monthly residual of $49. Let's call it $50 for nice round numbers. Excuse the cough. So $170 a month could be someone's monthly outlay in time. Are we telling folks to do that right away? No. We're saying do that from what? Profits, and not just your pocket. Okay, do it from profits. Do it from profits. But in time, you've got somebody on your first tier, $170 a month, and let's say you're doing the same thing because you're making plenty of money to do so. Well, you're getting a 50% commission every single month, $85 a month. What if you had 100 folks doing that? That's $8,500 right there. Are you starting to see this? Okay. Now that's just from your first tier. And again, in stage 2, you're going to start to see how that 100 personal referral number could be very low. Let me tell you real quickly. Just a commercial for stage 2. Don't go there yet. But just a commercial. In stage 2, we're going to put you in front of loads. I mean, traffic on demand. Traffic on demand. The system and the gentleman behind stage 2 actually put 600 personal referrals in a business that he was in my organization. Okay, he was second generation to me. I referred his referrer. I enrolled his enroller. And this gentleman and his business partner, they put 600 personal referrals, 600 personal enrollees in 6 days into my business. And not one of those people came from his warm market. They all came from him driving traffic to his site. So he's our traffic driver, okay? We're going to leverage in stage 2 this amazing traffic generation specialist to drive traffic. And if you're driving traffic to our presentation system, ladies and gentlemen, that just converts. Okay, here we go. Second tier. Again, this is not fancy. It's the information I want you to get. All right, so second tier, if you're fairly new to this type model, this multi-tier type model, anyone that you personally refers on your first tier, I want you to ultimately refer at least 100. Okay? Now, anyone that they refer would then be on your second tier. Anyone that they refer would be on your second tier. You refer John, first tier. John refers Mary, second tier. You refer John, first tier. John refers Mary. Mary's on your second tier. Okay, on your second tier, you're going to earn a 10% commission. All right, a 10% commission. So again, if Mary's at $19.95 a month, that's about $2. Okay. Mary now upgrades, so let's assume that you've upgraded also. She's upgrades to the $99 a month. So essentially, what happens is she's at $120 a month. You're getting 10%. That's $12 a month. So that's not just your first tier now. This is now your second tier coming into play. And remember all of those other upgrades that could be happening. There's a let's go back. Let's just refresh our memory. There was the potential of a one-time upgrade of $279. Anybody on your second tier that does that, let's assume that you've got that that you're qualified there because you also have the $279 product, what have you. All right, so now you just earned another 10%, almost $28. DSD Monopoly, you've got it, they get it. $4.99, that's almost $50 there. The product free feed, that's another monthly residual, so about another $5, close to $5, $4.90. The DSD Market Extreme, $199, 10%, second tier, an extra $20 there. They're about $19.90. Okay. All right. So now, here's the deal. Here's the deal. When you have someone coming into your Networkers for Wealth, all right, when you have someone coming into Networkers for Wealth and they see the same video, what are they going to hear? The same thing you're hearing right now. What do I expect you to do in time? I expect you to have 100 personal referrals on your first tier. I know you may not be good at recruiting, you may not be good at sponsoring, but you're going to leverage. That's why we have Networkers for Wealth. Everything that we have in N4W to get in front of potentially millions of folks. We're going to play the numbers game. You're going to leverage this presentation system that you saw that get in here. If it was good enough for you, it's good enough for them. And it's just a numbers game, ladies and gentlemen. So I expect you to have 100 on your first tier. Well, guess what? Anyone that comes inside of our system, they watch this video, I'm saying the same thing to them. Well, this person happens to be on your second tier. If you have 100 on your first tier, and if all 100 in a perfect world had 100, the numbers get gargantuan. We don't even need everybody to get the 100. But if you do your job, if I can't control the people on my second, third, fourth, fifth, but I can't control T. Lamont, and I can make sure I get at least my 100 personal referrals, and maybe I don't have them all right now. You know what I do? I keep scaling from a business. I take profits from my DSD business, and I take some of those profits, and I keep scaling up in marketing until I hit that point. And you know what's going to probably happen? Once you hit that point, you're making so much money, you're just going to continue to take some of that money and recap in your business. And so 100 personal referrals could be 150, could be 200, could be 500, could be 1,000, so on and so forth. Now, guess what? Every single one of your personal referrals will also, as they come inside, they watch this video, they're hearing the same message. And so as they go to build out their first tier, they're building out your second tier. Third tier. Third tier is 5%. So guess what? So you refer 100, 127, 169. Now you're up to 432 personal referrals. Fantastic for you. You got some of your teammates. They're seeing the same video. They're going for their 100, 162, 173. Fantastic. Now you've got folks on your third tier doing the same thing, friends. Doing the same thing. Doing the same thing. And the beautiful part about our traffic generation system is the more the merrier. The more people that we have in Networkers for Wealth, the more people we have leveraging that system, then the more our traffic generation can scale up. We're talking TV. We're talking TV commercials. We're talking internet commercials. We're talking offline print media. It can scale up all across the globe. All across the globe. So on your third tier, 5%. On your fourth tier, give me a moment. I'm looking at my cheat sheet. Where did we go? 3%. On your fifth tier, again, very simple compensation plan. Nothing, no need to make it complicated. You know, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Doesn't need all the bells and whistles. Doesn't need all the bells and whistles. Okay, just pay me. Just pay me. Pay you, right? Fifth tier is 2%, and tier 6 through 10 equals 1%. All right, so now your first tier. You know, what you're used to seeing is 3, getting 3, getting 3, getting 3, getting 3. I mean, you do that. I think if you do that like 9 times over, you wind up having like 65,000 and some odd folks. We're not talking 3 getting 3. Stop that. Stop that. You want to make more money than... Stop that. You want to make some money. You deserve to make some money. You deserve to have it all. You have struggled in this industry long enough. And if it hasn't been in this industry, maybe it's just been period. You've been displaced. You're unemployed. You're underemployed. You have struggled long enough. And all you've got to do is look on the internet and you will find folks making 10, 20, 30, 50, $100,000 a month. They just haven't been telling you what they did to get there. And we're going to tell you what to do to get there. You'll find that out in stage 2 as you start to recapitalize your business. But what I wanted you to get from this session is that you can generate a full-time income, not just from the product. You're making your listings. You don't have to recruit sponsor for that. But as you start to make money from that, then we want to help you to start building out your affiliate network. And friends, I think you're going to see the affiliate network is really where the money is. Right now, I can make money without having to recruit or sponsor that captures people's attention is by making the listings. The real money is building out the network. And the beautiful part is you can do both at the same time. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to stage 2 to watch some of the video training with stage 2, so that as you start generating revenue in stage 1, you know exactly what to do to start scaling up your business in stage 2. Because in stage 2, we put that on automatic. On stage 2, it takes us, you'll go through the video training that we have for you over there. And then when you actually leverage stage 2, it takes you all of 15 minutes or so to get that up and running. And then you simply buy traffic. You buy traffic. That's it. You use profits from stage 1 to buy traffic, eyes going to your site on stage 2. And this is how we build a major businesses, 4 7-figure businesses. And in most cases, we don't even pick up the phone. And we can do this. We can travel the globe. I travel a lot. My wife and I, our family, we travel a lot internationally. We can travel all over the place. You know why? Because we built a system. So I'm doing this video once, and it's going to play again and again and again and again and again and again. I put my traffic on automation in stage 2. So while we're out gallivanting around the globe, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? People are seeing my site, they are coming into the presentation. Some are going to click off. Doesn't matter. I don't feel that rejection. Some are going to watch it all the way through and say, I don't like that bald head guy. I don't feel that rejection. I know the numbers. I know the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. I know the numbers. I just get in front of enough numbers. And ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason why you can't do the same. All right, so now, wherever you're watching this, I'm doing this video before our system has fully launched, so I'm not quite sure where this is going to be. It's probably going to be in some training area. It might be under a stage 2. I'm sorry, under a stage 1 video training. So if you see some other video trainings related to stage 1, feel free to go on and watch those. But you may be ready now to go on and advance to stage 2 and get some video training on stage 2, how that all works. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours.